Gah, stupid taxes!
Whoa, Jessica. What's wrong?
Tax season is killing me. The more I try, the more I owe, and I just don't know where all the money goes. What should I do, Corey?
Don't worry, Jessica. The answer's simple.
It is?
Sure.
What is it?
Just do what I always do.
Cheat on your taxes. Cheat on your taxes.
What?
You're right, Jess. Social responsibility is like flushing good money down the toilet.
Corey?
No, I mean it, Jess. Taxes just end up in the velvet pockets of some overseas fat cat industrialist insider anyway.
I always vote to cut spending for welfare and education. I rack up massive amounts of debt.
That seems normal to me.
And I make sure to devote all my time and energy to the pursuit of my own needs.
But what about roads, Social Security, and schools?
What about them? I don't have kids. Neither do you.
I plan to die young in a car accident. So things seem to be working out great for me. Maybe you need to reassess your priorities. Huh, silly?
That makes sense. It is my own money after all, right?
Hi, I'm Rich Whitman, and I'm here to talk to you about a very serious issue. As the rampant disease of apathy spreads, we can't forget that our actions have consequences, both at home and globally. We may feel entitled to the riches of our nation, the wealthiest on the planet, but it's important to take note that people have suffered and died so that we can have what we do today. And so that generations to come will be able to move us even further into the future and not stagnate into the mistakes of the past. Take time, take pride, take responsibility. Be a part of something greater than the individual. I'm Rich Whitman. I may be imaginary, but my concerns are real. Hi, I'm Rich Whitman. I'm just enjoying a delicious meal with my friends. It's nice every once in a while to enjoy something so rich and fatty as a nice piece of fried meat. But it's also important to include fruits and vegetables in your diet to keep your minds and bodies healthy. And it's just unwise to believe we can be our most fit and sexy when we're just subsisting off of processed foods and empty calories. And get the most out of your food as possible. Shop locally. That keeps your money, your hard-earned money, away from the agribusiness super corporations with mad scientist intent and into the hands of hard-working farmers. That way you support the most sustainable food system with your health in mind. Whoa there, buddy! Where's the fire? Throwing away perfectly good food is like leaving the water on or leaving the lights on when you leave. While others go hungry, we must at least be vigilant in only using what we need. Control portions by cooking smaller amounts. Avoid food spoilage by shopping more frequently. And always store and eat leftovers. This doesn't just go for food. If you find something that you don't need, don't immediately send it to the landfill. Always remember, waste, no waste. Recycle, reuse, share, scrap, and compost. Hey there, friends. A quick word about the environment. Beautiful, isn't it? Not only that, but it directly reflects the condition of our ecosystem, the air we breathe, and the water we drink. And would anybody want to live here? Keeping the world around us bountiful and beautiful is not just a privilege, but our duty as citizens. If we're not careful, our negligence could kill this planet, as well as ourselves. Oh look, it's our good friend Jesus.
But I gave this planet to my children to squander as they await my second coming.
Hey, let's be honest with each other, Jesus. You're not coming back to a dump like this. Something like this takes unimaginable eons to come about. Let's not throw it away for some quick cash and urban sprawl. I'm Rich Whitman, politician of the imagination, and I speak for the trees. Oh, hey there, friends. As you can see, I like to look my best. No, I'm not transgendered, but I am a transvestite, and my husband just gets a kick out of it. There's a war going on right now over whether or not gay men and women should share legal equality. But it's important to remember that it's a human rights issue, not a sexual revolution. It's important to remember there are many different and wonderful ways to express ourselves and our sexuality.
If she got magnums, know we gon' do this. West got this big an apartment sack dirty. Willing to the E-room on gurneys. Private out say in your mouth, phlegm wide. Tickets in the dock, got the gastric lavage. Back at the spot, things get hot. Getting slob, give a palate a massage.
People who depend on cosmetic behavior to correct their own internal and external appearances shouldn't be terrified to go out into the streets and be labeled as some sort of pervert just because they're different, just as much as anyone else whose politics or religion doesn't conform to the social majority. And you may be asking yourself, what if I don't agree with what they do because of personal or religious reasons?
Ugh. Am I supposed to treat transgender people like ordinary people? And respect their journey in discovering who they identify with?
Of course you should.
And do I have to treat gay families with the same respect as I would a more heteronormative couple?
Absolutely. These are chemical issues. Nature has made us a certain way, and there's nothing we can do about it. Punishing someone for something we have no control over is the same thing as torture.
And do I have to be polite to people who whip each other? Or dress up in costumes while they have sex?
Of course you are. How a person chooses to have sex is nobody's business but their own. Provided, of course, that it's consensual. But we should be honored to take part in such stimulating social dialogue. But we have a long way to go before people stop squirming around in their seats at the simple mention of sex. Our country is formed around our radical differences and can only thrive as long as our uniformity is broken. Broken. Just because our political system is bipartisan doesn't mean that we should be. We should stay as unique as possible. It's what makes us great. Every group is only as strong as its weakest member.
It's him.
It's him, bro.
It's it.
It's him.
It's none of you.
Who is it then?
It's anyone tyrannical enough to try to tell someone else how to live. This is Rich Whitman, politician of the imagination.
Scorpion. Scorpion. As usual. Hell knows where he's coming from, and hell knows where he's going.
Time to move it along, people.
Rich Whitman here. There was a time when, to a specific portion of the population, the police were welcome. Now, it seems like nobody wants them around.
Communist faggots.
Quiet, Billy. And who could blame them? They're chosen based on low intelligence. They're paid less than fast food franchise managers. They shoot our dogs, the elderly, and our children indiscriminately. They beat the handicapped to death. To them, we're nothing but whores and bank machines. These aren't protectors. They're psychopaths.
Sounds like one badass copper to me.
Billy, I said quiet.
No! Without brutalizing police tactics, who's to keep the unwashed people of color in their place? Who's gonna protect decent, God-fearing white people in their fortress mansions?
You?
Damn right me! Who else?
Funny you should ask.
Is there a problem here, citizen?
Yes. Police reform. It's needed, necessary, and possible. Meet the officer of the future, well-educated, kind, and a community presence.
On my days off, I teach Tai Chi down at the rec center.
Finally, we'll be protected, not from ourselves, but from crime and him.
Well, la-dee freaking da. You're just a sensitive little faggot then, aren't you? So what? You'll never get rid of guys like me, and I don't think you could stand up to a physical threat. I would crush you.
Assaulting an officer is a crime, even for you, officer.
Sorry, line? Well, Officer Billy Clubb says different. The law's never applied to me and it's not gonna start now.
All right, officer. We're done with him. Read him his rights and get him out of here. The day of the privileged law enforcement are over. We're not sheep to be pushed around. Oh, hi. It's me, Rich Whitman. So if you're like me, you like to work hard and get paid for what you're owed. But it's strange. There's seldom been a time in our nation's history that we've been paid so little, making huge profits for a select few. Once, we feared robots. Now, we fear our bosses, and our bosses' bosses, and mindless, faceless committees that send our jobs overseas, and businessmen who turn our academies into pyramid schemes. We're the most advanced civilization in history. We've sent men to the moon. We've conquered disease and even the atom. Yet our poor citizens still live like Old Testament beggars. That we don't carry the same. For the first time ever, our children will be making less than we did. Our standard of living, it's in the doldrums. Not to mention the reality check from around the world that we don't carry the same weight we used to. And that's all right. Many of us are ready and willing to accept a new way of things. We may be fallen titans, but we're a wiser, more experienced nation. And we're not allowed to mature. We've been stunted by greedy interests who use our tempestuous nature against us, turning our passions into competitions that act as smokescreens, bringing us closer and closer to total annihilation. It's time to set aside our differences, set aside our petty conflicts. It's time to prepare. It's time to take back this nation for ourselves. Hello all, it's me, Rich Whitman. I'm here today to talk to you about one last thing before we go. It's about what makes us special. Whether or not you believe in evolution, God, or Satan, we can all agree there's something that sets us apart from the animals. It's our brains, our special brains that's given us the imagination to circumvent the specialization of the beetle, the octopus, even the ape. It's our keen cleverness that's allowed us to reach outside of our physical forms. At first, it propelled us through time when we were so ignorant and we thought that the vast, flat land stretched on forever, that the trees were endless, the oceans, the streams, the coal would go on forever. But then it gave us the ability to realize that that was never true, and that all of our achievements, anthropological steps, we were just living on borrowed time. But now we have a choice. we can either maintain and soak up our precious existence as quickly as possible, or we can use the one gift that we were given. We can strive beyond our own comprehension, something that's beyond what nature had in store for us, above the beast and above man as well. As we stand at the precipice, backsliding at an all too pathetic zenith, it's good to remind ourselves, man can do something even God cannot. Man can exceed himself. This has been Rich Whitman. Farewell.